In this session, we will be discussing FDA's feedback on digital health technology-based COA submissions. In the present section, we analyze the feedback provided by FDA for digital health technology-based COAs. The link provided at the bottom of the slide can be used to access COA qualification program submissions. There are links associated with each of the submissions, which when accessed can provide details of the submission along with letter of intent and FDA's response. We downloaded FDA's responses and assessed them for the main feedback provided. The objective was to understand important considerations that we would need to pay attention to based on the previous submissions and FDA's response to it. We analyzed the responses and categorized them into 5 major themes. These themes were patient centricity, device-specific considerations, meaningful interpretation, data analysis, and cybersecurity. The feedback had a number of instances for which it showed high emphasis provided to the patient centricity. Some important feedback have been shown on the slide, some of them being the use of patient input for determining the most important concepts. They also requested information and rationale for patient selection, information about the effects of device use, the weight on patients' compliance and movements, an assessment of strategy for target population when non-ambulatory patients or the ones using assistive devices were included. There was emphasis on plans for ensuring that the devices are used by the intended patient and also to capture and address any non-compliance in patients. We also identified various device-specific considerations provided in the feedback. Some of the most common ones being information about sensors' dimensions, algorithms, input, output, battery life, and any relevant limitation when it comes to the range of activity these devices are capable of measuring. There was also request on information on consistency and uniformity of the measurements over time in comparison to the reference value. Another important consideration was demonstration of inter-device variability being acceptable. There should also be content validity. More information on effect of the differences in device placement, clarification on the need of using different algorithms on different subpopulation for the same device, and usability validation was also requested. Last but not least was around the assessment of cybersecurity and interoperability aspects of these devices. From meaningful interpretation perspective, there were multiple requests for clear definition of endpoints that submitters wanted to qualify. FDA also requested for clinical interpretation of variable change over time and how the assessed outcomes were translated to how a patient feels or functions. Additionally, it was suggested to use other patient-reported outcome measures or clinical outcome assessments to understand the meaningful change among the target population. Some important data analysis considerations are provided here. It included minimal acceptable time that the measurement should be performed and its mathematical basis. There were requests for providing data sets, proposed models, analysis information, plans for assessing and handling missing information, and standardization of data if possible. So some of the most common feedback provided across different responses were meaningful interpretation of variable change over time, description of devices, algorithms, input and output, and demonstration of measurement and reproducibility and content validity. The overall analysis provided insights into the responses provided by FDA to the submissions which were involving digital health technologies, and these can provide important checkpoints that might become applicable to a review.